Hello and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And welcome, guys, to another edition of our Grammar Station unit. It's the station where grammar lives. I don't know. Anyways, this month we will be reading a couple of dialogues about, daily life.
And of course, since it is Grammar Station, we will be focusing on some of the interesting, sometimes tricky ways that we use grammar in English when speaking and writing.
Right. Well, in part B, tomorrow, our dialogue will be about something kind of exciting that is actually a part of normal life here in Taiwan. Earthquakes! And the two characters in the dialogue will be comparing their experiences the day after they felt a big earthquake, and we'll get to hear all about what happened.
Oh, that sounds pretty exciting.
Yes, but hopefully it's not too exciting.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. So for part A, we have a much more peaceful situation for you, but also something that everybody can relate to. A busy family talking about their schedule.
Oh, yeah. Well, this does seem to be the way that normal life goes these days, doesn't it? Everyone is busy.
So busy.
The kids are at school or taking extra lessons after class, at the bushy band or whatever. They're at sports practice or learning how to play some musical instrument, or maybe the kids are hanging out with their friends, always doing something.
Yeah, and the parents are at work or shopping or doing a bunch of other things. Homes often just seem to be places that we go to sleep, eat, or change our clothes. But sometimes everything calms down for just a few minutes and we can all come together to catch our breath and check in with one another.
That's right, and that's what will be happening in our dialogue today. Well, at least for two members of the family, everyone else is still busy. All right, well, it should be interesting. And before we begin reading part A of the Grammar Station unit, let's learn about the new vocabulary that we will also be seeing today.
今天的课文是关于一个忙碌的家庭，大家都知道要照顾几个小孩非常不容易，夫妻也需要密切的沟通。我们先来看几个单字，第一个单字 husband， 先生是个名词。My husband is coming home at 7. My husband is coming home at 7. 我的先生今晚7点到家。第二个单字 kitchen， 厨房是个名词。Can you help me clean the kitchen? Can you help me clean the kitchen? 你能帮我清理厨房吗？第三个单字 exam， 考试是个名词。一般比较小的考试我们用 test 来形容，但是期末、期中考比较大的考试就用 exam。 I need to prepare for my exam. I need to prepare for my exam. 我需要准备我的考试。最后一个单字 project， 专题计划是个名词。在国外的学校常常把2到3个学生放在一起做 group project 小组专题，比如说一起写报告，或是做一个模型研究、设计海报等等。Our group project is due on Friday. Our group project is due on Friday. 我们的小组专题礼拜5要完成。好了，我们现在看完单字例句，一起来看课文。
Petra is catching up with her husband Lars in the kitchen.
Hi, honey. I'm home. How was your day?
It wasn't too bad. By the way, the kids won't be home until later.
Why? What is everyone up to?
Heidi is studying with some classmates at the library.
Explanation 1.
Okay, so part A of the Grammar Station unit this month is about a busy family. So it's actually really convenient that the title of the dialogue is A Busy Family.
But since the dialogue actually only has 2 people, so maybe we should call it a few members of a busy family. So let's find out who these people are.
All right, so right at the top there it says, Petra is catching up with her husband Lars in the kitchen. Oh, okay, so it's the mother and father in the family who are going to feature in the dialogue. And we also read there that they are catching up with each other. Now, this just means that they're sharing news and information about what they have been doing recently, catching up with each other's news.
So as we begin the dialogue, it seems that the mother and wife, Petra, has just walked in the front door. Our dialogue starts with her saying, "Hi, honey, I'm home." So, honey is a common name that we call a loved one, like a wife. So Petra, it seems, calls her husband Lars honey sometimes. That's sweet. So then she asks Lars, "How was your day?"
And this simple way of beginning a conversation with someone you haven't seen since the morning is also our first grammar point of the day. So let's go and learn more about that from Daphne right now, and then we'll be back to continue the dialogue.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 How was your day？ 意思是你今天过得如何？是一句疑问句，用疑问副词 how 如何开头，后方句子倒装，先说 be 动词 was， 再说主词 your day 你的白天。我们在询问这句话的时候，白天已经过完了，因此动词要用过去式 was。我们来看个例句。I had a bad day. How was your day? 我今天过得很糟，你今天过得如何呢？
So, Petra, the mother of the family in our dialogue, has just arrived home after a busy day, and she asked her husband Lars, who was at home, how his day was.
So now let's get back to reading and see what Lars has to tell her. He replies, "It wasn't too bad." Okay, so it sounds like an average day. Not too great, but not too bad. And it seems that Lars has some news to tell his wife. He says, "By the way, the kids won't be home until later." Okay, so that might be different from the normal schedule. Parents are home right now, but the kids are not. So I guess we'll find out what they're doing after our grammar point. So let's look at that right now.
第二则文法是 by the way， 意思是顺道一提，是副词片语，用在开启新话题。使用时通常放在句子的开头，并且用逗点与后方的子句隔开。我们来看个例句。Rita posted a picture on her social media. By the way, it got over 100 likes. Rita 在社交媒体上发了一张照片，顺便说一下，这张照片获得100多个赞。
So, it's the end of the day, and Mom is home, Dad is home, but the kids aren't. That's probably a little bit different from how most families end their days and eat dinner together. But with everyone, even the kids, being so busy, it will happen sometimes, I'm sure. And it also tells us that for this family in our dialogue, the kids are probably a little bit older.
Yeah.
You know, maybe junior or senior high school or something like that. That's why they're out on their own doing stuff. But anyway, let's get back to reading so that we can find out exactly what Lars and Petra's kids are doing this evening. So Petra is curious to hear about it too, so she asks her husband, "Why? What is everyone up to?" Yeah, that's what we wanted to know. But sorry, we'll all have to wait just a little bit longer because it looks like our final grammar point is there in Petra's last question. So let's go to Daphne for that.
第三则文法是 What is everyone up to？ 意思是大家在做什么，是一句疑问句，用疑问代名词 what 什么开头，后方句子倒装，先说 be 动词，再说主词。up 是形容词，意思是忙碌的。to 则是介系词，意思是在。我们来看个例句 I haven't seen Corey for a while. What is he up to? 我好一阵子没看到 Corey 了，他在忙什么呢？
Okay, so the kids aren't home for dinner. We know that much. But why? What are they doing? Where are the children?
And we've also reached almost our break, but we have to pause first to see what Lars tells his wife, Petra, about one of their children and what she is doing that evening. He says Heidi is studying with some classmates at the library. Ah, okay. So it sounds like Heidi has an important exam coming up, or something, so she has to get in some extra study time instead of coming home for dinner tonight. That makes sense.
Yeah, it sure does. And it also leads us into our break. So let's go and do that, and then we will come back to read the second half of the dialogue and find out what the other member of the family is up to. We'll see you soon.
Oh, right. She has a big exam at the end of the week.
Yeah, and Duncan is working on a science project at his friend's house.
Okay, thanks for telling me. So, what are you doing now?
I'm making a nice healthy dinner for just the two of us.
Explanation 2.
So, it's the evening at Lars and Petra's house, and Lars is giving his wife all of the news about what their kids are doing this evening.
Right? It's just the parents at home, and Petra just learned that their daughter Heidi isn't there right now because she's at the library studying with some of her classmates.
Yeah, so back in the dialogue, we see that this information isn't exactly a total surprise to Petra.
No.
As we get back to reading, she says to her husband, "Oh, right."
Oh.
So it sounds like she's remembering that she heard something about this Heidi exam library thing before, probably this morning.
Yeah.
And then she says, she has a big exam at the end of the week. Ah, I knew it. Makes sense for Heidi to be at the library and not at home tonight.
Right, definitely. So Lars agrees with Petra, and then he turns to the news about where their son is now. Lars says, yeah, and Duncan is working on a science project at his friend's house. Wow, so it sounds like both of these kids have a lot of important things going on at school right now. The daughter Heidi has a big exam, and their son Duncan has a science project.
Right, but at least he gets to work on it with a friend. So now that Petra has all the latest news, she says to Lars, "Okay, thanks for telling me." And then she turns her attention to what is going on right there at home. She asks her husband, "What are you doing right now?"
As we finish the dialogue for today, Lars says, I'm making a nice healthy dinner for just the two of us. Oh, how lovely. Petra has come home to a quiet house and delicious home-cooked meal with her husband. So I bet that they will enjoy these few quiet hours together. Then soon the kids will get home and they'll go to bed, and their busy schedules will start again in just a bit.
Phew, and our busy schedule of dialogue reading and grammar learning will also restart tomorrow with the second of our grammar point dialogues.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the earth will be moving under our feet as we read about an earthquake. So it should be exciting. We hope you can all come back to join us for that. But until then, be well, take care of each other, and we will see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Part A. A busy family. Petra is catching up with her husband Lars in the kitchen.
Hi, honey. I'm home. How was your day?
It wasn't too bad. By the way, the kids won't be home until later.
Why? What is everyone up to?
Heidi is studying with some classmates at the library.
Oh, right. She has a big exam at the end of the week.
Yeah, and Duncan is working on a science project at his friend's house.
Okay, thanks for telling me. So, what are you doing now?
I'm making a nice healthy dinner for just the two of us. Hunters in the Australian outback use a tool called a boomerang to go on a hunt with Aboriginal bushmen. When you throw it the right way, it flies back to you. That way, you don't have to go find it over and over again. The bent shape makes it fly in a curved direction. Boomerangs have also been used as weapons for tens of thousands of years. Most people think of Australia when they see a boomerang, and they are popular souvenirs for tourists who visit the land down under. But actually, the oldest boomerang was found in a cave in Poland. It was dated back to about 20,000 years ago. There are a few designs of boomerangs that fly in different ways. Some don't fly back in a curve, but they can be thrown faster and fly further distances. You have to hold it vertically and throw it at a 10 to 20 degree angle when you release it.
Here is more information.
Bent. I sat on my glasses, so now they are bent. Club. The golf player uses the club to hit the ball. Curved. You must drive slowly on the curved road. Ellipse. The Earth goes around the sun in an ellipse. Origin. Germany is the origin of hamburgers. Axis. The planet spins on its axis. Soar. The bird soars high in the sky. Thrower. The thrower of the ball broke the window. Weapon. They are testing a new weapon. Wooden. The wooden house is very old. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Hope to see you again soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟时间里面，我们要来复习单字，还会造句练习。同学们，您都准备好没？好，1分钟计时，开始。第一个单字呢是先生、丈夫，这个字叫做 husband。Grace's husband is an engineer. Grace 的丈夫是一位工程师。第二单字是厨房，厨房叫做 kitchen。He carried a bucket of water to the kitchen. 他把1桶水拿到厨房。那么第三个单字是考试，考试叫做 exam。那这个字是来自 examination， 是它的简称。Okay, it's wrong to cheat on exams. 考试作弊是不对的行为哦。那么第四个单字，它可以用来表达这种专案计划、专题计划，或者是企划专案之类的，它叫做 project。Jill has spent 5 hours on the science project. Jill 已经花了5个小时来做那一份科学专题报告。好，那不管怎么样，我们已经在1分钟之内轻轻松松复习完单字了，同学们表现很棒诶。那我们下次见喽，拜拜。
See you next time.